Come on, Facebook. Come on, YouTube. Where are you? Oh, good evening, everybody. Well, that was a bit strange. It took ages to connect to YouTube. So good evening to everybody on the tube. There's a few of you there waiting for me. Oh, how lovely. Right, let's just check that Facebook has connected. Because for some reason, it took 2 minutes to get connected, which was very odd. It's probably thought it was still on holiday because I've been off for so long. Right, good evening to everybody on Facebook. Let's just take the subtitles off. Right, let's just say hello to everybody while we're waiting. So hi Jeanette, Patricia, Lynn, Jackie, Jill, Deborah. Oops, I missed a few of you. Kay. Georgine, hi, Linda, Heather. It seems like ages since we spoke, apart from the little video I did from Tenerife. Anyway, let's just say hello to everybody on YouTube. So hi, Margaret, Gwen, another Margaret, Saz, Sally Ann, Paula, Shell, Nina, Audrey. It's too quick, I can't keep up. So Angie, Kim, Elizabeth, oh bless you, and Karen's here as well. Hi Merle. Right, so before we get started, happy Christmas to everybody. I know it's come and gone, but I hope you've had a lovely time. I've obviously been surprise, not very well, but there you go. It's just that time of year, and as we know, every time I go away I come back and I either get a cold, flu, a bad chest, or one or the other. I think the answer is to just not come home. Anyway, I hope you all had a lovely Christmas and are looking forward to 2026. I wanted to do this tonight, because it's been ages. It's been like 3 weeks, nearly a month since I did a live with you. So I've missed my crafting, to be honest. So this is a really good excuse to do that. Catch up with you all. You know, I've already got the new linen cardstock. I got it just after I got back from holiday, so I'm going to show you that again. And it's nice to be back. It feels like ages. So these cards that I've got on the desk are the demos that I did with the Beautifully Beaded on Hobby Maker. And I never took photos of them because I never have time. So I thought, well, I'll just spend a second just to show you all what I actually made on telly. Even though it feels like a million moons ago, it actually is about, how long is it? I bet it is about a month ago since I did these, is it? It can't be. It can't be. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, about 3.5 weeks. So anyway, so we'll have a quick look at these before I get on with this. So I wanted to do 2 demos using the same things. Now, when you probably don't know this, but when I'm prepping the demos, I always try and make an effort to look to see that we've got things that I'm using before I use them. Now, I usually forget. And when I went to start prepping the demos for today, of course I forgot. And then went to look, and then most of it's gone. But anyway, it is what it is. So let's just have a quick look, just because you never got to see these apart from on the shows. And I absolutely love these cards, so I'm just going to show you again. So if you can remember that far back, these were all actual cards that I made. I made proper cards for every demo, using the new Beautifully Beaded alongside the new double pierced. So this was, I can't remember which order they were, but I know I did 4 demos, so these are they. So this one is using the Honeydew Whisper and Pure White, and the corners, the double pierced squares, and the Beautifully Beaded squares. Now I know that the Beautifully Beaded squares have sold out and gone. I don't know if we've got any corners left. If we have, you're going to be very lucky. And obviously I've got the beautifully beaded flourish swirly bits on there as well. And again, I don't know if we've got any of them. If we have, you'll be lucky. If you haven't got them and we have got any, you need to be really, really super quick. In fact, I'm going to ask Karen before she sits down to pop a link on for the beautifully beaded, or just the new arrivals for November, Mill, if you will, please. Because if we have got any, you're going to be very lucky. I'm just going to get a drink because my throat is dry already. I'm going to apologise for coughing all over you because I'm still not 100%. But I have, as ever, got my coffee. This was one of the other demos that I did, and this one was using the rich claret cardstock with the new gold luster card. And this one is obviously using the double pierced squares with the double pierced circles, with the beautifully beaded circles and the corners. I mean, we already know that you love these dies because there's just nothing left. Managed to get me on Facebook. YouTube keeps freezing, does it? It's working all right for me. Good evening to everybody who's just jumping on. I'll try and keep up with you all, but you know what I'm like. It's hard to keep up. Let's just have a quick look. Oh, it's nice to see you all. It feels like a long time. But there you go. That's my fault for going away in December. Anyway, so that was the second demo. Or the third, or whatever it was. I can't remember. Oh, this one I never put the back on. This one was using the circle, the double pierced circles, with the beautifully beaded circles and the flourishes again, alongside one of the 3D embossing folders. And for some reason, I haven't put the back on that, which is just shame on me. And then this one, which I love this card, and again, I don't know why I didn't stick the back on. I must have just run out of time on the show. The back is there. And this one is using these the blue sapphire cardstock, again with the beautifully beaded corners, the beautifully beaded squares, and these swirly bits. So I know that they've been popular. I can tell you, and I will tell you, that Beautifully Beaded Series 2 will be in a couple of months. And I'm just going to remind you all of the one that I did on the demo. The one that I did on the demo on the YouTube live before I actually went on TV. So this is using the limited edition one. So the hearts are the limited editions. I think Julie's asking me when the next box kit comes out. And I think it's the beginning of February, Julie. I might be wrong because Practical Publishing are all over the place. So what they tell us and what actually happens are usually two different things at the minute. But the planned release of the next box kit is the beginning of February. There you go. Helen's saying she couldn't something on YouTube. YouTube's working for me. Crikey. While you were gone, that sounds like a song, that. I think that was Kelly Clarkson. While you were gone, I found some Sentimentally Yours background stamps buried in my craft room from 2014. Wow. That's wow. Yeah. Elizabeth says no, the answer is to not go away rather than not come back. We shall see how that pans out. Anyway, so this was the demo I did on YouTube before I did the official release of these on TV, and that's using the heart to make my card blank look, and to using the limited editions. So as luck would have it, it's the limited edition dies that I'm using tonight. Now, I know Karen and Saz have done a good job of looking after you all whilst I was away. So thank you to them and to the design team for posting their cards every day, more or less, in the Facebook group, like I asked. But can we just look at this for 1 second? Hi, Sharita from Michigan. You're home for the holidays. Oh, I don't blame you. Can we just take a second to look at these colours again? Because, oh my word. Now, if you remember, Karen got these new cardstock linen, the new linen colours, whilst I was away. So I've been jealous to death waiting to get my hand on these. So we've got here, look, the Honeydew Whisper in linen, the new linen. So Honeydew Whisper is a current cardstock in the regular premium card, and the linen is the new edition. I am using this tonight. And can we just look at this colour? Can we just look at this colour? This is the Storm Grey. This is just pure class in a glass. It's absolutely beautiful. So that is the Storm Grey. We've got the new Rust in linen. So new Rust in linen. The one that Karen sneaked in without me knowing is the Lavender Meadow in linen. The Summer Poppy in linen. It looks orange there, but it isn't. It's white, look. That's just my lights. There you go. It's red. There you go. And then this. Oh. So anybody that knows me knows that I'm really, really funny with green colours. I either love them or I hate them. And green is one of those colours that, for me, it needs to be beautiful for me to be able to like it and B, use it. Now, this is the new moss colour. So if I put this next to Olive Grove, I'm just getting my Olive Grove out, just so you can compare the colours. That is Olive Grove. And this is a really good way to show you the difference in the shades. So this is the current Olive Grove. Look at these greens together. Now, this is stunning. I think you were about 15 when that photo was taken. I think I'm probably still using the same one. In fact, we were joking. Oh, thank you. Glad I'm back. Thank you. In fact, we were joking about this whilst I was away, because obviously I've already got the products coming for January, February, March and April. And I was this close to changing the photo and having the new one, but I thought, no, I'll wait another 5 years before we change that photo. That should see me through to retirement. So this is the current Olive Grove. This is the new moss, and this is the Honeydew Whisper. Now, oh, it's really tricky with these lights. These are daylight lamps, but you just can't see the colours. Let me get some white. I want you to see this. Because these three colours of green together are just stunning. There we go. Is that a better? There you go. Look at that. How gorgeous is that? So, these are all on the website now, so it's not something new I'm showing you. Karen released these a couple of weeks ago for you whilst I was away. And we are going to... which one shall I do first? Let's do this one first. So we are using the Honeydew Whisper and the new moss tonight for this demo. Or for both demos, actually. So I love doing this. This is one of my favourite things to demo, to show you the same products used in a slightly different format. So to give you two looks from the same products, and obviously you can go on and on and on with this. But sometimes, as we all know, sometimes you just need to see them looking same but different. To give you a couple of instant like mojo boosters to get your craft back on. And this is what I'm hopefully going to do for you tonight. Let's just catch up with everybody. Hi Linda, hi Audrey. YouTube keeps freezing. It's not freezing for me. I don't know if it's freezing for other people, but it's not for me. Saz, you probably noticed, Saz, I just popped that on the card when I just read your post. So as I said, the new green card goes lovely with bundled sage, and it's bundled sage that I've chosen tonight. Right, so catch your breath. Are we all ready for the new year? Back to normal on YouTube. There you go. So was it dodgy? My setup probably thinks it's retired because I've not used it for a month. I love the greens, and I'm not a green fan. So for me to love all these shades of green, it means they are special. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I've got no idea what stock we've got of the card stock. I've got no idea because obviously Karen's been selling this for a week or two. So I've got no idea. Oh, I've not even mentioned that, Jackie. So, Jackie's just said I've just ordered the hearts and the new green card. Thank you for the lovely discount. So, you've got Karen to thank for this, not me. I would have made you wait until the first... Hi, Lorraine. Happy Christmas and stroke New Year. I would have made you wait till the 1st of January, but Karen says no, she's doing it tonight. So, let me just find... Here we go. There you go. I'm going to cough, so excuse me. I'm just going to move away from my screen. My chest is still not 100%. So thank Karen for this. So 20% off everything, all orders on the website of £20 or more. And that's from now until the 5th of January, I think she said. And the discount is applied automatically. You don't need to put any codes in or anything. You will get 20% off if your basket totals £20 or more when you check out. So say thank you, Karen. Oh, thank you, Pam. It's nice to be back. I know that's a lie. It's not nice to be back, but it's nice to get back to some sort of normality. Right, so I am using the same products for both of these demos, and we're going to get two slightly different variations of the card. I'm using the same colours, so it's all Honeydew Whisper, whether it's linen or plain, and the new moss. So Honeydew Whisper and the new moss, yeah. And these are both teeny tiny 7x7 cards. Oops, let me just sort all this out. I've got stuff everywhere. You can tell I'm back, can't you? So let me just put this in some sort of order. I've actually missed crafting, if I'm honest with you, because I was away, as you know, and then as soon as I got back, it was bedlam with 1,020 things to do in the space of 4 or 5 days. So it's actually nice to get back to some sort of normality. Right, so I'm going to start from the bottom of these cards and work my way up. So this is, as I say, these are both 7x7 cards. Now, you know I'm not going to be tight with the layers because that's not how I roll. So I've been very, what's the right word? I don't know what the right word is, but I've used the new linen Honeydew Whisper look, even though you're only going to see a teeny tiny bit of it underneath this matten layer. So I'm going to pop this on first. Remember, new moss is a brand new colour, so you can get the new moss. I've got the wrong glasses on. You can get the new moss in linen and in regular cardstock, which is what I've got here. So don't waste your linen on, like I have, just on matting and layering. I'm sorry I'm going to be coughing all the way through it, but it was either that or make you wait another week. Right, here we go. So this is flat. So although you only see a tiny bit of that linen, you do actually still see that lovely texture. It's details. You know I like my details. And then this is going on foam tape. Well, you're laughing, Sarah. Sarah's put, well done, Karen, thank you. Does Phill know there will be no Tenerife next year? It will be Skeg Vegas. Well, we're having a new kitchen, so you're joking, but it absolutely might be. I certainly won't be going away till the middle of next year, I don't think. I don't think I've got time. And I don't think I'll be going away in December again. I think I'm going to avoid December. It's just too busy for me. I say that, but you know what I'm like. I said that last year because I was away last December as well, if you remember. And I've still managed to go away this December. So we're using the same colour scheme for both of these cards. Now, for me to make 2 green cards, you know I like the colours because it's just unheard of. Jen is shopping whilst I'm crafting, so I'm going to pop this straight on. I don't think I've got much of a white ring now either, look. Oh yeah, a little bit. I can tell you this much. As soon as we got off the plane at East Midlands Airport, it was absolutely freezing. It was awful. It was blowing a gale. It was throwing it down with rain. I did have my coat on with the hood, but it didn't make a blind bit of difference because it was so windy. It was just blowing the hood off. We couldn't find the car. It took ages to find the car, so I was absolutely frozen. And then, blow me, the other day I was opening the mail and I got a fine from the airport. From the car park, which I just thought was really rude. Let's just pop this on. I've just stood up to do this to make sure I get it central. So, I think the key with greens is they need to be pretty shades. Now, if it was... I'm not really a fan of like grass green, that kind of green. That's not really my thing. So I've got here, I will show you the dies as we go through the demo. So after I finish the first one, as we finish the first card, I'll do a little quick recap of the dies that I've used, just in case you are popping them in your basket and taking advantage of that 20% discount. You could go on the... What about if you only do phone orders? Oh, good point. Yeah. Karen says you can call us on the... Is that when you bite Mill, on the 5th of January? Hi, Helen. Hi to everybody who's just jumping in. Hi, Angela. Watching on YouTube on the big telly. Crikey. Turn the volume down because I'll deafen you with coughing. Yeah, so Caroli's just mentioned, what if you only order by phone? And Karen's just replied and said, if you order by phone and not on the internet, you can still phone on the 5th of January and they will honour that 20% discount for you. How good is that? They are super good. Right, so we've got here a combination of the hearts. We've got the double pierced heart in the Honeydew Whisper linen card, and I love that piercing detail alongside the linen texture. It's just pure class. And then we've got the beautifully beaded heart in white, and then this is going to sit on a blanket of the new moss with the heart lattice, the beaded heart lattice 3D embossing folder. Now I'm just going to flick this over whilst I've got a good angle on that. I'm just going to flick this over and show you the other side because this embossing folder is stunning in both directions. So look at that. Look at the negative. And I can never make my mind up which side I like best because obviously we all love embossing folders, but sometimes it's just nice to use the other side. Now, little tip for you before I move on. Little tip for you, because I've used the pierced cardstock. Look, I've used these double pierced square dies to create that layer. If I wanted to use the reverse side of the embossing folder, I would emboss it the other way up. So with the pierce detailing face down, if you do it with the pierce detailing face down, yeah, you will end up with the debossing, but you'll get the piercing detail showing the other way up. Clever, clever. I've just scratched myself and I'm pretty sure I'm bleeding. No, I'm not, I'm fine. Right, so let's get this show on the road. So these two pieces here are going onto this card. I've got a piece of plain white cardstock with the double pierce squares, and then I've got the embossing folder with the double pierce squares also, and this is where the foam tape comes in. Can't do modern technology so the phone for me. Oh, bless you, Linda. Yeah, you can do it over the phone. I think Karen says they're back on the yeah, they open on the 5th. So I would probably give them an hour before you start phoning, just to get caught up. So these are both going to be on foam tape. So we will have quite a bit of dimension on this card by the time I've finished, which I know won't surprise anybody. So just whilst I'm doing this, I'm doing it again, look, I'm pulling it instead of cutting it with the scissors. Just before I carry on, I think I'm on telly on next Wednesday. Now this is assuming that I'm fit enough to go, because I can't be coughing on live TV. So I'm hoping to be okay by then. Doctors are not interested in bad chests, I can tell you that much. They don't care. So it's just ride it, I think. Ride it and put up with it is the answer. Oh, there you go. I'm watching on the big telly. Beat squinting, it's true, Sue. So I'm building this card up as I go, just because it's easier this way. So 3 layers on the top of this one, and then the gap between the white double pierced and the embossed hearts is slightly bigger, but I am going to pop that on now, and then that's done. Oh, that's awful, Jackie. Oh, bless you, darling. I hope you feel better soon. It is what it is. I should know better. I think the problem is, as you know, it was 26, 27 degrees in Tenerife, and then as soon as we landed here, it was like 5. And there was a lady on the plane. I wasn't calling her a lady at the time, but there was a lady on the plane a couple of rows behind us, and all she did was cough. Cough, cough, cough. I could even hear it through my headphones. Oh, where are my little scissors? Oh, I don't know where they are. I'll have to do it with the big ones. They might still be in my trolley. But you never know. You can't blame everybody else. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. We had a marvellous time. It was absolutely fabulous. This time I was ready to come home, though, until I got home, and then I wanted to go straight back. Right, so at this stage I'm going to pause and put the glitter on that white piece. So let's just make sure this is central. So although there are a few layers of foam tape here, this is actually a relatively flat card until I put the flowers on. And there is only one flower going on this. So I'm just going to go around the edge of the white. So as ever, if you're watching me for the first time, if I use glitter, it's generally the transparent ones, which are Diamond Dazzle or Diamond Dust. And Diamond Dazzle and Diamond Dust are gorgeous with this green cardstock. Now I've chosen the white rather than the green. because I want you to see the pierced detailing on the green layers. So let's just get this on. This, let me tell you this, I mean, Karen and that already know, but you know that we stay at the same place every time we go away. Well, we've obviously made friends with a lot of the staff there, and it was the staff Christmas party whilst we were there. So we went to the staff Christmas party. We had a cracking time as well. So sorry about that. Right, so I've just popped this. I'm just going to pop this to one side. So that's just got the diamond dazzle on the white layer. And we'll just leave that on one side and let that dry for a second. Oh, that's a shame, Linda. Well, could you look at the notifications on your phone? On your phone whilst you're watching on the telly? I don't know if that works or not. I'm just having a drink. Right, so I've obviously got here the beautifully beaded hearts. Now, if we've got any, just going to say it again, if we've got any of the beautifully beaded stuff left, it's going to be a handful. And once they're gone, they're gone. So the initial first release, once they're gone, they're gone. Series 2 will be in a couple of months' time. And Series 2 also includes 2 brand new shapes that we've not done before. So I'm just giving you a heads up. Because if you remember, when I first introduced Beautifully Beaded to you, I told you it was going to be a series of 3 releases that will end in the middle of next year. But by the time we've finished with this, you will end up with a really decent collection of dies that will mix and match, that you will never ever get bored with. If you haven't got any of Series 1, especially the big dies, like the double pierced squares are going to go. The double pierced hearts are going to go. Same with the double pierced circles, they're going to go. I won't be restocking for ages. I will not be restocking the Beautifully Beaded Series 1 at all. Once it's gone, it has gone. Just find one of my little craft sheets. There you are. Oh, now that's a big one, but that'll do. Oh. Do you know what? I can't find anything. You know, since we've been away, I can't find anything in my room. I'm sure the cat's been in and moved things. Bear with me, I'm just going to find a small craft sheet. There we are. I've took the one out of my trolley. It's just, I need a small one for the desk rather than a big one, just so we can do the gluey bit. So I'm going to glue this onto here before I put the beads and the pearls on. It's just easier that way. So glue on my mat. I have got something coming pretty soon that will help you with all this fine, intricate work. So prepare yourself. So I'm putting the heart on just with glue. Just making sure I get glue on everywhere. The problem with this is you need to make sure you don't miss any bits. I'll probably reinforce it with putting some glue on the actual... Oh, I might not need to. No, I don't think I'll need to. And the telly bin rubbish. I'm sure we say it every year, but oh, it was rubbish. Right, so I'm popping this on here. So just go a little bit higher, Mr. Martin. That's perfect. Marvellous. Turn that round and press from the other side. Oh, that's clever, Angela. Angela's saying she watches on TV but gets the notifications on her iPad. Right, so we've got the Honeydew Whisper one there with the white beautifully beaded. And I'm going to pop the foam tape on the back of this before I start putting the pearls on. Just because it's easier. Let's see if I've missed any. Ooh, bonsoir. Oh, I love that. Just watched Death on the Nile. I love that though. What did I watch the other day that I've not watched? Oh, it was Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean, and I've not seen them for ages. So we watched Curse of the Black Pearl. And Johnny Depp was just marvellous doing that role. And then at the end, when the credits were rolling, it said 2003. That film was released in 2003, and I was like, no way. That's just bonkers. Bonkers. Excuse me. The cats were creating while you were gone. Probably. It's been in the inky box this afternoon. Right, so we're going to pop some gems on here, and I'm doing a combination. This is useful for you to all know, by the way, just in case you haven't got these. And again, I'm going to apologise just in case we don't have any of these in stock, because these are from the original first release we did of the pearls. So I'm using soft lime. Now, soft lime, when you look at it in the pot, it doesn't look like it's going to match, but when you take them out and the colour isn't so concentrated, it's actually a really good green to go with these. Yeah, there you go. Look, oh, I've not stuck it obviously. So I've got soft lime, I've got the champagne gems, and I've got jade shimmer pearls. Okay, now I have got this little heart here as well, so I am just going to decorate that at the same time. So I already know that I've got one big flower going in this corner, so I will avoid the smaller ones here. So let's just pop the glue on, and then just get some gems on. And shall I do them all? Do you know what? I wouldn't normally, but I'm going to do them all. This is a Julia thing. Julia absolutely loved blinging these up with the gems and pearls. I do like to leave a couple of spaces, but I'll do this one just in case it's seen. And then this little heart, I might not use it, so I'm just going to pop it there just because I wanted to give you another idea. So I'm breaking up the green with the gold, and the champagne gems are a really gorgeous soft shade of like a pale gold. So it just breaks it up. I'm just going to pop one on at a time so I can mix these up. So what I'm trying to do is make sure I've got some gold on each side. Then we'll have a jade. Then we'll have a lime. Do you see what I mean about the lime? The soft lime, it actually is a nice complementary colour when you put it together. So jade. Oh no, I'll put that on the next one. Jade, lime. It is worth this. It's actually quite mindful. It's quite therapeutic. Not when your tweezers are covered with glue, like mine are. And I know if you're watching, Sue's telling me to use my pickup tool. I can hear you now. And then we'll have another one of these. I'm just trying to do this random but coordinated, sort of. It doesn't really matter, you can't do this wrong really. It's entirely up to you how many you put on, where you put them. I'm going to have jade down here. I'm just trying to balance this a little bit. Line there. So, jade. Obviously, I've not done this ahead of time, and I could have done, but I didn't want to spoil it for you. So, jade. Lime. These little dinky 3mm are fab. And I rarely use them, if I'm honest with you. So this has been good for me to make me use the smaller pearls. And you all know that I put the 8mm ones on because I know for a fact that you all use the 8mm less than you do any of the others. So this was me trying to find a way to... Oh, that one's got no colour. That's no good for anybody. This was me trying to make sure you use those things that I know you don't. And then we're nearly done with this. If I can find... I've just seen one. There you are. Oops. Lost you. Come on. I'm not going to swear at it. I need another small one. Then I need a jade. So something that I've discovered as we've been using these is that it's nice to have a mix of the pearls. So we've got the shimmer ones, which give you the aurora finish. And then we've obviously got the regular ones, which just give you the pearl finish. And then we've mixed it in with the gems as well. So the colour combination is fab. Obviously, I've left those bare because I know that's where the flower's going to go. So let's pop that to one side. We've got another couple of jobs to do. So... Now. So here we go. So I wanted to specifically use Someone Special from the framed sentiment set. So Someone Special is one, if you've been with me a long time, you will know that this is one that I use a lot because it covers just about everybody, yeah, and any occasion. So I absolutely love this Someone Special. So I specifically wanted to use this set. Now, if you haven't seen these before, obviously you only get one part of this. But if I just show you the packaging, you get the sentiment in the joined up words, and then you get the drop shadow. So it looks like this once you've cut them. This is the new colour, the new moss with white. But then all these frame dies, all these little layering dies here, give you so much scope for creating matting and layering and frames and little toppers with these sentiments. Now I wanted to do corners. Now I don't know if I've ever done this with you before, so I'm going to show you. So I've cut two of these in the new moss, no it isn't, in the doodah, the Honeydew Whisper linen card. So this is one of the toppers from there, yeah. And I'm just going to give you a little tip because I may or may not use these on the next card, but I wanted to show you, look, you can make corners from these. So I've obviously cut two, and if I show you this one, you can see that I've counted 3, 1, 2, 3, and then cut diagonally. And then on this one I've counted 2, 1, 2, and then cut diagonally. So you can do this up to the size of 4, which is this size, yeah, which I just think is absolutely fabulous. So we're taking a frame and creating corners with it, and not just one corner, 3 or 4 different sizes of corner, and then you can do it differently again. So if you take one of these frames like this, remember that's all included with the frame sentiments. They all have their own frame dies in them. So if you take the frame die and chop it vertically or horizontally, whichever way you look at it, chop it in half, and then you want to go over the corner, you can create a different look again just by, let's just do 3 just to make it easier for you. So if I stuck that on there, look, with 3, then flipped it over and snipped off the excess, we've got a different looking corner. Yeah, no, it's not the charmed hearts. This is the new ones, Gwen. The beautifully beaded hearts. So this is the beautifully beaded hearts alongside the double pierced hearts. These are the limited editions. So again, once they've gone, they've gone. So I'm just going to do this. So I've counted, look, 1, 2, 3. So I know I need to count 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, and I'm just going to do that diagonally with my big scissors. 1, 2, 3. So that's giving me another corner. And then I'm going to do the other side. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. Let's just make sure I've got 3 there and I'm not counting wrong. And that's giving me another corner. So I've now got 4 lovely corners. And then obviously you can use that for something else. So coming back to my card, I've still, what time am I on? Yeah, we're fine. I knew this would take me a couple of hours to do these 2 cards, but I wanted to show you how lots of different ideas. So I'm just going to turn these over and pop a little bit of foam tape on these. I'm going to do it with foam tape rather than glue gel just because it's quicker. I would normally, if I was crafting this in my own time, I would probably do this with glue gel so that if I needed to move them around, I can do that. But you can't really with foam tape. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to add them over the edge of the green heart there. So we're changing the look again. So I'm just going to hang them over the edge just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, I suppose it is. Or a pocket. Make a fab pocket. In fact, I'll show, when I get to the other card, I will show you what the other waist looks like as well. So I'm just going to pop that on there and I'm just going to hang over the edge just a little bit. I'm going to turn this round to do it because I find it easier to do it this way. And the same with this one. It's just something different to do. If you've already got these dies, then you know it's going to give you a different way to use them. And I'm all for that. So these fabulous little corners were actually made from a frame. Oops, that one's not straight at all. Now you know why I would normally do it with glue gel. Let's see if I can tease that off. I won't say any swear words. Not yet. Hang on, I'm just trying to make sure it's sort of symmetrical. This one looks lower than the others. It's too high. That's better. That's it. I'm happy with that. And then we'll come to the heart now. So we're getting somewhere with this, slowly but surely. So let's just pop that on. Now the little white heart, remember I showed you this small white heart at the beginning? And I didn't put any beads on it because I thought it would be, I can't believe I'm saying this, I thought it would be a little bit too much, but I'm just going to show you what the original idea was. The original idea was to pop these in the corners like so, but I thought it would be too much, so I stopped myself. Word you never thought I would say it would be too much. Now I can see that these colours of cardstock have been flying, so apologies if you're trying to get it and we ain't got none left. Right, so this should overlap just a little bit, over the edge of the olive, the new moss rather. No, a little bit higher, Phil. I know I'm finicky, but it is what it is. That's it. Perfect. Oops, sorry, Pearly. Right, we're getting somewhere. So we're coming to the someone's special, which is obviously from the same sentiment die set. I should have done this earlier when I had the glue out, but there you go. So I'm just going to glue these two together. We are almost done with this card. Almost. The other one is a bit quicker or a bit simpler. So again, just dab it in the glue. Hold it in the centre with your tweezers. Position it where you want it on the shadow. I love the frame sentiments. Why have I not done any more? I did say I was going to do some Christmas ones, but I've actually already started Christmas for next year. But I might see if I can do a limited release just for us rather than for TV. Let's just pop that on. These are just so gorgeous. And I think it's because they're detailed as well that I like them. I can tell you that... Oh no, I can't tell you. I shouldn't tell you. I might tell you, but I'm not yet. Right. So I've got one flower for this card. Just one flower. And we'll do that quickly. Too much sun. But yeah, words you never thought I would say was too much. Oops, wrong way around. After I've done this card, I'll do a quick recap. I'll get a drink because my throat's really dry. And I'll show you what I've used. And then we'll get straight into the other card. So these are the enchanting. These are my all-time favourites. I'm gonna have to show you. And again, if you haven't got the enchanting, you need them in your life. These are my all-time favourites from Floral Finery 3. So these are the ones. It's a bit misleading because when you look at the packaging, it looks like it's a bit too much. But oh, these are my all-time favourites. I use them for everything. So this is how they look when they're cut out. Look, so it's got just the right amount of holy detail, shabby detailing, and then you've got the piercing running through them. Enchanting petals, you need them in your life if you haven't got them already. I don't know if we've got any. I can tell you that Floral Finery Series 4 will be a while away. because I've already got plans for 2026, and you all know me well enough to know that I don't release things on a whim. It's all for a reason. It all has a place, and everything will fit really nicely for 2026, as it always does, to be fair. But so in here I'm going to pop one of the champagne gems with excess glue. Champagne gem, excess glue, dunk it in the glitter, the diamond dazzle, put that to one side. I'll leave that there. So we've got 2 of the swirly bits. We've got 4 of the majestic fronds from Floral Finery Series 3. Now, majestic fronds I know have nearly all gone. In fact, I think there was 6 or something like that left. So when I show you when I do the recap in a second, I will get Karen to pop little links on for you. We're just going to pop a little bit of glitter on these, just on the tips. Or just a little bit of diamond dazzle. I can't have foliage without a little touch of diamond dazzle. It's not right. It's just rude. And then we will add a couple of gems and pearls to these swirly bits. I don't know whether I mentioned this. So when I first did the Sneaky Pete live with the Beautifully Beaded, I think I may have mentioned to you that it's not all dies. So the majority of the series is dies, but I have included a couple of non-dye products that will enhance all the dyes. So let's just put some gems on here. Now I know you're not going to see the ends of these. Oops. So I'm not going to go down that far. I'm just going to pop a couple on here. So we'll have champagne, jade, champagne, oops, jade, lime. I'm telling myself, by the way, just reminding myself what colours I want. So I need 6, 2. Do you know what? I have got that gem sort of thing that you sent me, but it's in my trolley. And guess where my trolley is? Yeah, you guessed it. It's in the car. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. 6. I don't know if you can still get the lime pearls, but if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. So 3 little lime, soft lime. And you'll notice I've left a couple of empty spaces, and I've done that on purpose. Right, let's get this card put together. And then that will be number 1 done. Oh, that's fab, Kim. Links for what? Oh, I'm not sure. The Enchanting Flower, I can't remember. You were drying my hair. She was drying. Right, here we go. So first things first, we're going to pop the sentiment on first. So I'm going to try and avoid as much as I can the best part. Oh, I should have put it there. Let me see if I can get that. Oh, that was lucky. And I am going to pop this on with glue gel. I think that's probably seen better days. So I am using glue gel to put the sentiment on, just in case I need to move it around. It's too small to get lots of foam tape on. So Someone Special is going on first. Now, I've not used this since before we went away. Oh, perfect. So Someone is going on first. Now, I'm not using lots of glue gel. I don't need it to be very high. But as long as it's lifted from the main heart, the heart in the center. So Someone. So that can go on first. So Someone. Do you see now why I like Someone Special? It covers every occasion. And then Special. And you're not restricted them to just be for birthdays or anything. So Someone Special. I'll try and get that. Oh, that's perfect, look. Perfect. Perfect, let's just make sure they're straight. I'll keep banging that until it's not perfect. There we go, I'll stop there. So now we'll come back to the flower and we'll get this card finished off. Almost done with this one. So this card has obviously used the new release of the Beautifully Beaded from the end of November. This is why I didn't put the gems and that there, because I knew it was going to be covered. And then 4 lots of foliage for this. And I am very tempted to pop another champagne gem on these corners, but let me just see what I feel like once it's done. So 1, 2, try not to cover them. I don't mind if they just peeking through, it's all in the details. 1, 2. Hopefully I've timed it right because the other card is a little bit easier or quicker. So in, out, in, out. Just make sure that gem can be seen. And then we've got the 2 little flourishes, swirly bits. These are the Beautifully Beaded swirly bits. So I already know where I want these. It's a really easy card to do this. So 1. I don't know whether you noticed that's what I'd done. Just bent the end, looks like I can poke these up a little bit more. 2. Oh, that's spot on. I'll just put this in front of me so I can check it. Obviously the centre of the flower is not dry yet, but you will see the champagne gems once it's done. And that was a really good guess with the gems, but I am just going to pop one more in there because you can see it, or I can see it. And although it's not very visible, I do like my cards to look finished. Now just bear with me 1 second. I just want to see if I want any more gems on this, or if that's enough. Just bear with me. The only way I'll know is if I put them on and look. It might be too much. I've got glue all over my fingers and all over my tweezers. Right, let me just have a look at that. What do you think? Yay, nay? Yeah, I like them, so they're going on. And it just gives you a different finish. The champagne goes really well with Honeydew Whisper and with the new moss. And then I'll very quickly get a drink and even quicker show you what dyes I've used for this card. It's super easy to recreate. Even if you don't like green colours, how can you not like this? Because it just looks beautiful. As you know, greens need to be special for me to like them, and I love this colour combo. Right, let's do a little close-up, get a drink, and show you these cards. show you this card rather. So I was right to not put the small hearts on, because I think that would have been too much. Yeah, I don't want that on. And there we go. So this is demo number 1. It's still relatively flat look, so you could pop this in an envelope once it's all set and everything. But this is obviously a brand new demo using older dies with newer dies, with the new cardstock, and it's just the right balance of colours. How beautiful is that? Let's just make sure that's straight, because if that's not straight, it will annoy me. Yes, it is. It's bob on. Right, so let's just do a quick recap and tell you what I've used, just whilst I get a drink. And then we're going to get straight onto the next card, which is another 7x7, but different. So I've obviously used the Framed Sentiments, Someone Special. Now, if you can't find these on the website, just use the search bar at the top and just put Framed Sentiments or something, and it will show you them all. Remember, this is a really good time to get the big dies, everybody. 20% off is not to be sniffed at, so it's a really good time to take advantage if you've got any money left after Christmas, I say. I know I've spent more than I thought I had. On myself, obviously. And then we've got the limited edition beautifully beaded hearts die set, which is I use the largest one on that card, and that's the dinky teeny tiny one. So that is your limited edition beautifully beaded hearts. The foliage I just used on there was the Majestic Fronds from Floral Finery Series 3, which is this one, which is another one that you'll see me use all the time. I've already told you, if you haven't got these and you need to get them pretty quickly. This is the Enchanting Petals from Floral Finery Series 3. These are the beautifully beaded swirly bits. Swirly bits from Beautifully Beaded, which is these ones that I used. Saz says YouTube keeps freezing. It's not for me, which is very bizarre. If YouTube's freezing, just go and watch on the Facebook page. Saz, I don't know whether you can pop a link in for Facebook on YouTube. So these are the ones that I'm saying it's a good time to get, because it's 20% off the big die sets, which is not to be sniffed at. So you've got the double pierced hearts, which is a limited edition, which means once the stock has gone, it has gone. There won't be any more. So they are your double pierced hearts, which I used for the base layer. These are your double pierced squares. So it's important for me to mention to you, in case you've already got double pierced dies, the difference is that all of my piercing, so the piercing detail on all of my dies is exactly the same throughout the whole series. So every time I do any dies with piercing in, they will be 100% perfectly coordinated with anything else that has piercing detailing. And then the embossing folder I used was the Beaded Heart Lattice 3D one. Right, let's get on with the next card, just in case you're getting bored. So here we go. So same colours, different look. I did forget to get my ink pad. Bear with me. Oh, bear with. And there you are. I am using picket fence on this card, and not bundled sage, but we are going to do a little bit of overstamping on this card. So same size again, so a 7x7. Why does my coffee warmer keep turning itself off? Is it on a timer? It doesn't normally, which is a bit strange. There we go. What was the die? What die set did them? Oh, well spotted, Wendy. Well spotted, Wendy. And I've just seen your comment, so that was good timing. It was, and forgive me if we don't have any of these left. I really should have checked, but I honestly don't know. It was the Sensational Stamens 3. I'm just trying to find mine. So as you know, all my Floral Finery dies go in one pot, so I know that they all work together. It was the Sensational Stamens 3, which was it was the stamen in the centre of that flower. It was this one. Sensational Stamens 3. Right, so we're going to do the same colour scheme. I told you I loved it. So the same colour scheme and a slightly different looking card. So this time I'm not going to use the gold. I'm going to use the amber, which is a darker colour. But oh, look how gorgeous that is with the greens. So same sentiment. We've got the same heart set. So we've got the double pierced heart for my background. I'm just popping these to one side. So it's a different layout this time, but it's still using the same colours. So white cardstock, new moss in the regular smooth finish. I do, Audrey, you're right. How did you do the corners? Oh, I've just chopped it up, so I've not got another one to show you. I'll see if I can show you with this. So in the framed sentiments, Oh, you're just testing me, aren't you, when I've just got back from my jollies. Let me just move that wire, just in case it comes in the shot. Can you see that wire? No, you can't. Yeah. So in the framed sentiments dies, all of the framed sentiments, it doesn't matter which one you choose, all of them, they all have the fancy frame. So if you cut that out, obviously I've chopped, you can see what I've done, look. If you cut that out, you end up with, you can chop corners from it. So I've only got, well, I can only do a little one on this because I've used the biggest part of it. So just chop the corners off, look. And then you end up with little dinky corners that you can pop on the ends. Yeah, and you can do it up to four sections at a time. Right, so here we go. Let's get this second card done because I don't want you to all get bored. So this time we've got the embossing folder. So it's the same embossing folder. And this time it's going on to the new moss cardstock. I keep wanting to call it Olive Grove. I'm so used to saying Olive Grove, but it's completely different. It is going on flat, luckily. So let's just pop that on, and I'm just going to show you a little trick when you're doing matting and layering with the just with the beaded heart lattice embossing folder. When you emboss this, if you're very careful and you move your where are we? And you move your piece of cardstock within the folder so that you don't get the hearts on the top row and the bottom row, top and bottom row. When you put your next piece on, like so, if you're very canny, like so, you can make it look like it hasn't got any hearts at all, and it just looks like a beaded embossing folder. Yeah, so let's get this on. Foam tape. This is a really, I don't know if you're the same as me, but I really enjoy doing this when you've got the same things, the same colour palette, the same products, but then making different variations of the cards. And it's actually a really good mojo booster. So if ever you're stuck for ideas, or you sit at your desk and you think, oh, do you know what, I don't even know where I'm going to start with looking at the photo albums on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page. And then as soon as you find one that you like, which it's guaranteed you're going to find some cards that you like, change the colours, cut the same products out in different colours and make different coloured variations of it. It works a treat. Oops, I've got glue all over my mouse. It works a treat. So this card that I'm doing tonight, or both of them, are obviously using the New Moss and the Honeydew Whisper, because these are the new colours. But if you're not into greens, try doing it with pinks and purples. If that's your thing. It's not mine. But the good thing is, just about every card you see on our photo albums will look fabulous regardless of the colour palette. So no glitter going on that. We've got the next piece here. Now what I want to do with this top piece, this is the new moss look in the linen. There you go. So we've got the linen finish there, and the heart is going on top of this. But I want to just distress the edges of this. I'm just going to get a bit of kitchen roll. Oh, it's my first bit of kitchen roll since the end of November. How about that? So I'm just going to drag the picket fence ink pad over the top of the new moss linen card. So I'm not applying any pressure really. I'm just letting the ink do its thing. And it's highlighted. It's almost like having a linen embossing folder, but not. And what happens is when you put the picket fence, when you put the picket fence over the top of the new moss, look what happens, look. It's almost a spot on match for Honeydew Whisper. So we've got that piece there that I am going to put the no, that's getting glued onto there, forgive me, getting too giddy. That's going straight onto here again with glue. It also works the other way around. So if you've got Honeydew Whisper and you emboss over it with bundled sage, you will get a lovely colour tone from that also. And then the foam tape can go on that. I'm using the kitchen roll just because I know the ink's still wet. So let's just pop the foam tape on this. This one is a quicker card to do. You wouldn't think it when I put it together, but it is a quicker card to do. I know better than to do that, but I still insist on tearing it. You can tear it, it's just I'm a bit rough. There you go. I said it myself, you don't need to say it. So let's just pop this on, and then the glitter can go on the edge of the white piece. And then we can pop that to one side. So I've just got to make sure I get this to cover the little hearts as much as possible. So it looks like we've got a non-heart embossing folder. Isn't that clever? It only works obviously with a small edge because you can see it if you angle it. Ooh. But with a small edge it looks like a different embossing folder, which is I thought was really rather marvellous. So let's just get some glitter on the white piece, the white layer. And again, I've chosen the white so I don't interfere with the gorgeous shades of the green. I will just say to you, when I was starting to do my prep for these demos this afternoon, I almost did Storm Grey and New Rust, because the New Rust linen card is absolutely stunning. But I opted for the greens because I thought it would be nice to show you how you can do your flowers with the greens. It's not limited to just doing foliage or anything. So popping the glitter on, Diamond Dazzle as ever. You know it's more or less Pastoral Parliament that you have to use. Diamond Dazzle in my craft room. Just make sure that this is the right way up. It is. So I'll pop that to one side. We've got now the double pierced heart in the new moss. We have the beautifully beaded heart in the Honeydew Whisper in the linen card. And then this part here is the waist. So this is the waist that comes from the the beautifully beaded heart. So we're going to take one of these stamps, and when I was looking through the background stamps, we've got so many of the gorgeous A6 texture background stamps. It was hard for me to choose, but I've gone for the Doodle Dainty Dots, or the Dainty, whatever it's called. Can't see with these glasses on. Doodle Dainty Dots, look, yeah. So the Doodle Dainty Dots is teeny tiny dots, as if the clue wasn't in the title. but it actually works really well with the piercing detail from your die cut. So I'm going to stamp over this with bundled sage, and we're going to actually make the waist of the die a feature. Now the other thing you can do is you can emboss this, so you can run it through an embossing folder to give you a different look again. So just remember, the waist is actually quite useful. Where's that piece of kitchen roll? Here it is. So I'm just going to do this by hand. I'm not going to put it on the blog. This is bundled sage. I'm not bothered if it misses any bits. It doesn't matter. It's just background texture. So bundled sage, distress oxide. I'm just going to pop that. Oh, that might have moved, but it'll be fine. That's what happens when I have time off. I shouldn't be allowed, really. Can't stamp anymore. What's that all about? Oh, look how fab that is. It did move, but it looks absolutely marvellous. Look at that. How gorgeous is that? And then that bundled sage, now look, ties in really nicely with the new moss behind it. Fabulous. So it's not just about using dies. Bring your stamps in and change the look. Make your stash work harder. Ooh. I'm just popping this back in so I don't lose it, because for some reason, don't tell Karen, but I've got 4 of these stamps. I've got 4 of these. And I think it's because I've probably told her that I've lost one. So I've helped myself at the shop. And then I'm repeat and repeat. Right, so before we're going to do the same thing again. So I already know that I need to put foam tape on the back of this new moss linen heart, but I'm going to pop this on first because it's quite intricate. So as soon as you pop the foam tape on, it becomes a little bit more fiddly. So I'm going to do the same as I did on the last card. So glue on my mat. If you haven't got one of these little A4 brown craft sheets, it's one of the best things I ever did. Now you've noticed that I've stopped using my brown sheet on my blue background, and I've only done that because it's easier for you to see things and it stops the camera from going blurry. But all my wet jobs get done on here, as you know. So we're putting the intricate part on first. So this is the beautifully beaded heart, and I'm just dabbing it in the glue. So the gems I've chosen for this, I'm going to stick to just amber, which is a dark burnt orange colour. It's absolutely stunning. The amber gems and the jade pearls for this. So I'm just sticking to them. Now if that happens, like I've just done that and pulled it, that's because I'm a bit rough. I keep telling you I'm rough, but you don't believe me. If that happens, just turn it the other way around, look. Turn it face down and just flatten it. It's fine. They are quite fragile, obviously. Oops, just spit on that. So pretend you can't see that bit of spit. So I'm going to start by putting the bottom in position. It doesn't help that my tweezers are absolutely filthy. And then we'll just follow that around. Don't let your tweezers get filthy like me, because it's not right. There we go. I did that instinctively. I don't know whether you even saw. But for any intricate dies, I always turn the card over and rub it down from the back. Yeah. Now, before we move on from this, I'm just going to put my Someone Special, because I remembered from the first card to do this at the same time. So Someone Special, and this time we've got a white base and the new moss for the top layer. It's surprising how keeping to the same colour scheme but a different layout can make a card look same but different. It's fab. If you're somebody who sells your cards, this is a cracking way to do it as well, because you'll find that people can't choose, so they'll take both. Let's just pop that in. Someone Special. And then I can clean this because I don't need that again. Not done back for time, it's just gone past, which is exactly what I expected. So before we put the foam tape on the reverse of this, we've now got this lovely, the waist part with the Dainty Doodle Dots stamp, and you've got choices here, so you could either raise it or you can slot it straight back in, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to slot it straight back in purely because I don't want it to detract from when we add the pearls and the gems. So I'm going to pop that back in, and it's a good way to use the waist as well. So let's just pop that back in. And that just shows you that I've not put that heart on straight. So I'm going to have a tantrum in a minute. I'm going to have to cut another heart. Oh, sugar. I should have put that on first. Right, hang on. That didn't work. So I've got to do it again. I should have put this on first. So let me just pop this on. Welcome home, Mr. Martin. I'm just going to cut another heart. Bear with me one sec. Welcome home, Mr. Martin. Teaching us how to craft, really? I'm just going to cut another. And I won't swear, I promise. I'm over at my die cutting machine, not swearing at all. So do as I say, not as I do. It's one of those situations. Do as I say and not as I do. Right. And we'll start again. So, top tip, everybody. Pop that on first, and then you can literally just use it as your guide. Not like what I did. Not like what I did. I've had too much time off, clearly. Right, let's get this sorted. Make sure I've got it the right way up. And this time I know exactly where I'm going with the heart because I've got the waist there as my guide. So it doesn't matter if it gets distorted. I'll teach you a lesson. Me, not you. Make sure I've got enough glue on. I am nearly done, so I reckon about 10 minutes. Let's just pop this on first. Right, that makes it a bit easier, doesn't it? Just make sure my tweezers are clean. Oh, look how much easier it is when you do it this way. Oh, look at that. It's almost like magic. It fits perfectly. Right. And now we can put the foam tape on. Pretend you can't see that, and I know the piercing will be the wrong way, but I won't cutting it all again. You'll never know. You'll never know. So you know next year when I tell you I'm going away in December, tell me I can't. I've already told Karen. I am delirious, Saz. Right, let's pop this back on and then I'll pop the gems on. I think I am going to have to glitter the edge of this green heart, which I didn't want to do, but because the piercing is now on the wrong side, it will annoy me. I haven't had any cough medicine, if I'm honest with you. So let's just get this on. Don't make any difference. I don't bother with it. And do you know, ironically, I don't know whether you all know this, but in October, I always start taking vitamin C supplements in October. But clearly, it doesn't make a blind bit of difference. Right, here we go. Let's get this show on the road. So I've got the green new moss with the linen, and then we've got the green heart with no ink on it at all. So I've gone green on green. I am just going to go around this with glitter now. I wasn't going to do, but I am, because the piercing being the wrong way around will bug me. So we are going to have a little bit of diamond dazzle on this. If I was making this not as part of a live, that would have gone straight in the bin and I would have just cut another one. Purely because I'm a perfectionist. But glitter covers a multitude of sins, as we know. So let the diamond dazzle do its stuff. And then we will get the pearls and the amber gems on the beaded heart. I don't know if I can see Karen's been adding stock, but Karen, I think you need to just, mind you, Karen knows the stock better than I do. I ain't got a clue. Oh, it's actually quite pretty. I wouldn't normally do that. I would have left it without. But hey ho. Right, so pearls and gems. So this time I'm just using jade and amber. So amber, as I said to you earlier, is the dark burnt orange colour. It's absolutely gorgeous. And as we know, burnt orange and green are a really nice combination. So I am going to bling all the big ones. all the 5mm. And some of the 3mm. So where there's 3, look, I'm just going to do 1, 1, 1, 2, none, and 1 either side. There are 2 flowers going on this card. We'll have 1 there, but they're small ones. So get ready for this when you add the amber to this colour, because it's stunning. It's a really deep, rich colour. I'm going to have 2 actually. 2 on that side. Then jade, which is the darker of the greens. It's a really good way to use the waste as well. So you're not really wasting anything. I'm just trying to balance this a bit. Yeah, that can go in there. I think I want more of the amber showing than I do the jade. So let's have jade, jade, jade. There are no 3mm in the gems, so all the 3mm will have to be jade. If you weren't with us when I first released these, it's because the gems are multifaceted, and when we had the samples, the 3mm, you could hardly see it, so I decided not to do 3mm. I think if we do new ones, I think I will change the finish, the cut. So 2 jade. I'm nearly done with this. Jade. Making sure I've not missed any. And I'm just going to pop a jade one on here. And a jade one on here. But I have left a couple empty. Well, would you Adam and Eve that? I've just popped the glue on 2, and there's only 1 in the lid. Right, so I'm just going to pop those over there. So that is the amber with the jade shimmer pearls. We'll bring the flowers in and get the flowers shaped. Now this is just 2 smaller ones, and you know already that I'm going to pop amber gems in these. So on this card I've gone for the 4-petal flowers. So the other card was 3-petal flowers, this one is 4. So I only need to shape the edges of these. And it's the same colour palette as the other one. And the piercing detail is what really sets these apart. And we are starting with the pale colour, the Honeydew Whisper, because we've got jade, remember, on the top layer of that card. So Honeydew Whisper, as the base of these flowers, will break up that darker green. We will alternate, and we will do the same for the centre in white, so it's breaking the green up all together. And then the gem is going to be a 5mm amber. So 5mm amber. So pop that in and shove that down. Just in case, just so you know, these tweezers are absolutely covered in glue, and they are stainless steel tips, so I just need to clean them, but you know as well as I do. Last minute hurry. So 4 again from the Majestic Fronds, which is part of Floral Finery 3. I've got a left facing and a right facing in white of the foliage. And then we've also got a left facing and a right facing in the swirly bits in Honeydew Whisper. That's the same one. It's a good job I spotted that. So again, because I know we're not going to see much of this, we're just going to see the end parts really. I'm not going to put any gems on the low section, because it's just a waste. You're not going to see them. There's no point if you're not going to see them. So amber, amber, amber. Oops, amber. We are almost done with this card, so if you fell asleep, wake up and you can see the end. And then when I put them side by side, you'll see that they are same but different, which is fabulous. Just, oh, there we go. Jade. Jade. It's a really good way to use this. I knew these dies would be popular because it's a really good way to use all the gems and pearls that you've got lying around, and it doesn't matter whether they're mine or a different brand. Pearls are pearls. Well, actually, no, I'm going to take that back, because not all pearls are created equally, and I know that for a fact. So without being catty, we can see that, well, you all know this, you can see that these are nice quality ones. I'm laughing at what I very nearly said but stopped myself, which I know is no good to you because you want to know what I'm laughing at now, but I can't tell you. Oh, and there we go. So they're done. So I'm just going to put them to one side, and then we'll get this card put together. I've just got to put some Diamond Dazzle on these foliage bits. What time is it? 10 to? Yeah, that's perfect timing. I don't think we're missing much on the telly, are we? So left facing, right facing. Left facing. You can see I don't take much care when I'm putting the glitter on the white things, the white foliage. All I will say to you is try to avoid covering the holes up, because they are part of the feature, they're part of the design. So I don't like too much glitter on my foliage. Right, here we go. Let's put this together. And I'm just going to show you what I had for this first card, what I had already prepped. So remember we did the corners on the other card. Oh, I've got one missing. No, I couldn't decide whether I wanted them on this card. Oh, it's here. Whether I wanted them on this one, yeah. So I've left them off, and I will decide once I've got the flowers on. So the sentiment can go on first, and this is going straight in the center. So again with glue gel, this is going straight in the center of this. So rather than off the side like the other one was, this immediately gives you a slightly different look. So let's just pop that in there. Make sure that's straight. And it is. Then special. I'll have a look at your comments and questions after, when I've got a fresh coffee, because obviously that one's gone manky. And special, I'm just going to stand up to do this part. Don't worry, I've got my pyjamas on. Someone special. So I'm trying to keep this a little bit lower than center. Oh yeah, that's good. Someone special. Straight, yeah. And then the flowers. So the flowers are going on first, as always. And then the foliage will get tucked underneath. I already know that I want amber gems as extras in the corners. So the foliage next. So same products, completely different look. This time I'm coming in with the white. Oh, far too much. In with the white and out with the honeydew whisper. In with the white, out with the honeydew whisper. Sorry, I know I'm slinging this around everywhere. That's it. Oh, YouTube has frozen a little bit, so apologies for that, everybody. It looks like it's lagging a bit. It's nothing to do with me. I think it is the tube itself. And if anybody's been trying to tell me and I've not seen yet, I apologise. So that's that part. And then the same on the other side. And I always find it easier when I'm trying to replicate it to just turn it round the other way. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Right, let's get this in. So, facing in with the white. and then facing out with the swirls. It doesn't really matter which way around you do it, but as long as they're both the same, it doesn't matter. So I'm just giving them a little bit of a bend so that they poke up like the other two. Marvellous. And then I will just show you the white corners. I'm not going to put them on, but I will show you, because I made them smaller than the original card. They're not going on because this is enough. And I'm just going to pop a couple of little amber gems on, just to finish this off. Do you see what I mean about that dark amber colour against the green? It's stunning. So put the lid on there. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to bring the other card in so you can see the other card. Yeah. So on the original card, we've got 1, 2, 3. Three sticky out bits and then the corner. On this one we've got 2, so you can make them as big or as small as you like. Now when I was doing whenever I'm getting my demos ready, this is what I do. I do a virtual, like a dry mock-up, if you like, so I can see what they're going to look like more or less when I put them together. And I didn't like that on there, so I'm taking them off. And I am just going to pop a gem in each corner. And I am going to do the amber. Now, it's rare that I do 4 corners. It's a Julia thing more than a Phill thing. But sometimes it's the perfect finishing touch. And in this case, it is. And we are done. 2 demos. Considering I've not demoed, I've not made anything since the end of November, I don't think I've done a bad job. So let's just put the lid on these so I don't knock them over. It wouldn't be the first time. And then I will show you these 2 cards side by side. Same but different. Oops, same products but different styles. And then I will do a couple of quick reminders and then show you. So demo number 1 is in my left hand. Demo number 2 is in my right hand. So same product, same size card, but completely different in how they look, just by mixing and matching the colours. Look, changing the gem colours and changing the layout. I can't tell you how much I love the beaded. Well, I love the double pierced. I think the double pierced are going to be one of my favourites. So there you go, same products. I've not used anything different apart from the background stamp on the one in my right hand. But I could have stamped over the Someone Special in the white there. But how fabulous are these for, I mean, green cars. What's that glitter on there? That's gonna bug me. That's gonna bug me. That's getting rubbed off. Thank you very much. That's more like it. I could just see that glitter where it shouldn't be. And there you go. So this is perfect demo. Show you 2 different looks from the exact same products, albeit I've used the background stamp on the one in my right hand. The new colours of cardstock are just absolutely lush. It wouldn't have mattered whether I'd done this in the new rust with the storm grey. Remember, the amber gems are also going to match the new rust cardstock. So there you go. So quick reminder, super easy to do as well. These are really easy to replicate. providing you've got the stuff, obviously. So on the website, you've got the 20% off orders, all orders over 20 quid. And the discount will apply automatically when you check out. For anybody who likes to order over the phone, as Caroli does, you need to phone the shop on the 5th of January when they're back, and they will honour that price for you anyway. Quick reminder, in case you haven't yet, please do search and join our Facebook group, which is Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours. I've gone a little bit over time, but there you go. Who cares? So Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours, and then you do need to answer a couple of little security questions like how long have you been crafting, etc., etc. And then it should automatically let you in. Saz will be live on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page tomorrow night at 7. So don't miss that. And as ever, if you haven't yet, make sure you've liked and followed the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page. And also the shop Facebook page. My TikTok. Our Instagram. And as ever, if you are watching on YouTube and you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. There will come a point, and I know I keep saying this, but there will come a point where all the live demos will be on YouTube because Facebook is deleting them. So at some point it will all be YouTube. So it's worth just signing up. It's free. And there you go, everybody. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I've given you a little bit of inspiration. It's been lovely to catch up with you both. 2 little 7 dinky tiny, teeny tiny 7x7 cards. Look at that. What's that all about? Now, you know, if this was me, these would be popped on bigger cards, but there you go. They look nice just as they are. So lovely to catch up with you all. Thank you very much. I will read through all the comments and reply to you if I need to. Failing that, I will see you again next Monday at 7. Same place, same time, or same places, same time. Remember, Saz will be on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page tomorrow night with a brand new demo also. And I will catch up with you soon. Thanks, everybody. Bye.